Hey guys, welcome back to Juan's Watch channel. One of my big things here that I'm trying to present to you guys is this new watch that I just purchased. It just came in the mail yesterday. I couldn't wait to open it up, look at it, play with it. Anyway, and I know it's a Seiko. I've had Seikos for a long time, never one of this caliber or of this price point. But after looking at a lot of research and a lot of information online, I went ahead and just pulled the trigger to purchase this one. This one is unique in the fact that most of my watches are automatics with Swiss set of movements in it. This one is not. This is actually a Japanese movement. This is a Seiko model number SBBN31. This is their Prospects, Seiko's Prospects line, the Marine Master 300. This watch itself, the reason it intrigued me so much is the fact that the accuracy in this watch for a quartz watch, which most quartz watches are really pretty accurate for the most part, was the fact that it loses about a second a day. So roughly about 30 seconds a month, which is phenomenal in my opinion. Anything that is even close to that would probably be the Beluva Precisionist, which is also one of the watches that I own. Again, quartz as well, but a beautiful piece as well. The reason I wanted this watch is just because it's large. It definitely commands attention in the room whenever you walk in or out of a office. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you the watch itself now that we've got it unpackaged. So as you can see, I've kind of played with it already, but it comes in a nice little package. It's got the nice little box in here with the nice little cushion there. We'll take that off. And it has all these tags on there. It tells you all these fun little tags about what it is. I have a couple links since I've already adjusted the band. So here it is. This thing is just phenomenal. Beautiful, beautiful face. It's 47.7 millimeters in case diameter. It's just phenomenal. It does have a Hardlex crystal on it, so it's not sapphire, but it's very, very strong, just so you guys are aware. Let me move this box out of the way. You can replace that with a sapphire crystal, but I am not going to, just because I'm just going to use it the way it is. They're really tough crystals, the Hardlex. It is round, as you can see. It looks beautiful upside down there. The bracelet is just amazing. The case thickness on this is 14.7 millimeters. It does have a stainless steel band, which I love. This thing is just beautiful. I mean, it's got that oyster kind of texture to it. It's beautiful. It's got a great clasp on it. I love it. It's just a pop-up with the little pressure on there. It's got a little pin in there. And then as you can see in there, if I could close up there, and then you've got the two little side notches there. You push down and it opens up. And the great thing about this band is it does have an actual extension for divers on there, so you can make micro adjustments on the actual clasp if you were putting on a wetsuit. It's stainless steel. It's beautiful. I mean, it's really well made for the most part, but to use that extension on there, you just simply pull back on this tip here, and as you pull back, it opens up, and you can see it opens up. Okay, so you've got that extra, probably around an inch of space there. You can close this back down, and then once you close that back down, let's say you're done with your dive, you want to put your watch back on, you don't have to mess with this clasp and this clip anymore. All you do is just close it down. And you know, in the winter time, you know, you do tend to get a little cooler, and you don't have as much blood flow to those wrists while they're dangling on your sides. And you could you know, tighten it up a little bit more, or vice versa if it's summertime and you know you've got more blood perfusion to them arms and wrists. They do swell up a little bit, and you can use this to kind of extend it a little bit so it's not so tight. You also have the little micro adjustments here, which are nice. So if you are needing to loosen it up just a little bit, you can. The actual links, that was probably my biggest issue, trying to get these links off. You have to be very careful because The way it's set up, you know, just like most traditional watch bands, you do have this portion back here that tells you which way. Oh, it's got a little plastic still there from when I just received it. You can see in there, and I'll see if I can get a close-up in there. You can see the arrow right there. Now, when you press that pin out, okay, you're going to have a small little sleeve that goes inside that portion right there. And I'll show you real quick because I don't want you guys to get confused. If you lose that pin in there, you're kind of, as for a better choice of words, screwed. Okay, so this is the pin that you see there. So you got to make sure that you keep that pin. If it falls out of your watch link, you're going to want to place that back in there because that's the only thing that's retaining that long pin to keep to keep that tension in there. Okay, so be extra careful. If you don't feel comfortable changing it out, just take it to your local watch jeweler and have them do it. If they know what they're doing, they'll be able to do it without you losing it. Because if you lose that pin, I guarantee you're going to be pretty upset. So now, if you could look at the face of this thing, it's just beautiful. You know, it's got that really strong lume on there. I've had this thing. I got it yesterday. I didn't even charge up the lume, and all night, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning when I woke up, my wife's been snoring a lot, so it's that bad allergy weather. And I looked at my watch and I could see perfectly. It was beautiful. And I'll give you a lume shot here real quick as soon as we get to the end of this video. I'll show you the rotating bezel on it. It's really nice and smooth. Very little play on that. I love the fact that this thing has such an amazing lume on it. And I also like the fact that the numbers all line up, the dial lines up perfectly on there. It does have the day and the date on there, which I also love. As you can see, every one of those seconds on that second hand always lines up with that minute marker. I love that. That just, to me, is amazing. You know, and for quartzes, they're known for not being very good as far as alignment with the second hand and the minute marker on the dial. This thing is almost perfect. Price, a little bit steep. I picked this one up for $1,095. Yeah, it's expensive, and yeah, it's a Seiko, and most people are going to sit there and say, oh, well, I wouldn't pay that much for a Seiko, you know, it's not worth it. Well, you know, I think you guys better take another look at these Seikos, because they're really starting to change the industry. I mean, they are definitely a game changer. Another thing I want to explain to you guys that this watch has a battery life of about 5 years, which is great. I mean, 5 years, you don't have to take it in and get it replaced. I mean, most of the quartz watches I own, I pull the crown out just because I don't want the battery to wear out. This one, I'm not even worried about it. 5 years, that's awesome. It is a stainless steel band. The lugs are 22 millimeters. It's a unidirectional crown. Of course, you know, it's something that you're going to have to get used to, because if you look at the width, it is huge. I mean, it's a pretty thick watch, but it's got such presence. It's just beautiful. It does have the Marine Master on there, so you'll definitely know it's a 300 as you see the second hand move, not that sweepy movement. They do make a Marine Master 600 that is actually an automatic, which is beautiful too. A little bit pricier. You're looking at about maybe anywhere from 2,000 to 2,900, but again, you know, it's your preference. Personally, I thought this was fine for me. It is my first big high-end, I guess you'd say, more of the upper line Seikos, and I've already been wearing it. I love it. It's a beautiful watch. I love the fact that the bezel is protected by these two portions here of the watch, the outer bezel protector. The crown is nice. You can easily pull it out. It is quartz, and then change out the date, the time, whatever. It really moves nicely. There's really no play in there. Just a great looking piece. Definitely going to be keeping this for a while. And yeah, it's not a Rolex. It's not a it's definitely not a Submariner. But I wasn't looking for a Submariner. When I do get a Submariner, yeah, I'll show that around and stuff and play with it as much as I can. I'll show you the back real quick. It still has the sticker on the back of it. It shows you all the nice things, specs on there. It's definitely a screw down back, which I like, so it won't be that difficult. Some of the Seikos out there do have a solid piece. I like that this is not solid because it's easier to get into and out of when you do have to change that battery, which won't be for 5 years. But let me show you a Lume shot real quick, and let me clean that off real quick. Got a little, the hardlux does get smudges just like any other watch. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just charge the Lume real quick, and I'll just give you a quick look at that Lume so you guys get a better idea. And let's turn these down. And there you go, guys. Beautiful piece, great watch, solid construction. We'll definitely be keeping this. So if you guys have any questions, please like on my page there, and please subscribe. And if you have any questions about the watch, just let me know. Again, I will definitely be keeping this one in the family. I guess you could say the family jewels. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day, and be proud with what you're wearing.